Germany's Merkel, her conservatives have fallen to the lowest level ever in an opinion poll. Meanwhile, Germany knowingly admits immigrants with fake passports. Also, Turkey and Russia sign a strategic gas pipeline deal. And watch what you say in the UK, they'll jail you for making derogatory remarks on the internet, mainly against Islam. First of all, let's talk about the Turkish-Russian gas pipeline. Why is that such a strategic deal, and why should we be concerned about that?
I'm glad you asked me that, because that has a much bigger answer than you might expect. Turkey and Russia hated each other. Vladimir Putin is, to me, the smartest, shrewdest, angriest, but best effective leader in the world today. As we, the United States, in the last 8 years have lost any influence at all. We've lost influence all over the world in foreign policy. Vladimir Putin has...
Filled the void.
First of all, what does he have? He now literally controls Iran. He's got 2 seaports that he owns. Iran owns Lebanon.
And Syria and Iraq.
That's right, exactly. Now, the one thing that we thought Egypt would be separate, we thought Turkey would be separate. The thing that surprised me when you mentioned about the pipeline, the Russians have been trying to get a pipeline through Turkey for a long time, but Turkey wouldn't have anything to do with them. And then when they shot down a Russian plane, we thought all hell was going to break loose. Well, somehow the 2 dictators, Erdogan and Putin, got together, and now they are working together as in a joint effort. So now you've got the power in the Middle East today is primarily in the hands of Putin. He's working with Turkey. And Assisi in Egypt, he says, well, you know, I'm going to be with the winners. I ain't going to be with the losers. Ironically, the one country that seems to be in pretty good shape with all these things boiling up around it is Israel, because Israel has technology. They have small businesses. They're really doing very, very well.
Nuclear armaments.
Well, they have the nuclear capability. There's no question about it.
They won't admit it.
Yeah, but that's not the big issue. They have a great army. They had a great air force. They have the Mossad, the best intelligence service in the world. So for a country...
And each Israeli is forced to serve in the military.
And they do it with pleasure, by the way.
Which is something that I wouldn't mind seeing here in the United States.
These people are patriots. They are...
because their survival is at risk on a daily basis.
Well, but it's more than that. Don't put too much pressure. The people, you're right. I mean, people are coming from France. They're coming from Europe, all over the place, where anti-Semitism provoked by the Muslims has risen. Has made them leave those countries.
You got Hezbollah, you got Gaza. I mean, they're surrounded.
Yeah, but you notice one thing that's happened. You don't see any ISIS problems in Israel. You know why? Because they don't hear about the fact you look at them the wrong way, they'll shoot you and get rid of you. The Israelis may talk in a very humane way, because that's what Jews are supposed to do. Jews are supposed to walk in the gas chambers with a smile on their face and say, well, they really didn't know what they were doing. That's not the Maccabees that run Israel today. And those are tough guys. Netanyahu, you know what Netanyahu has done? He's made a hell of a deal with Putin. He spent 48 hours. We talked about this a couple of months ago. You know what he did? They're going to work together. And Putin, for some reason, has always been very friendly to the Russian Jews, which most Russians aren't friendly with. They persecuted the Jews like most countries did. And Putin has said, listen, I'll work with you. Don't worry about that Palestinian deal. That's just a joke.
What's Turkey's advantage to this? They're getting natural gas?
No, that's not, their advantage is they're going to be with the winner.
So they're cozying up to the Russians.
They're cozying up to the Russians because they realize the United States is no longer the superpower that it used to be. You know, Reagan, which we'll talk about just a few minutes, got the Soviet Union to collapse. And at that time, we were the world's only superpower. We could have done anything we wanted to do. Now we have lost all those advantages, and the real superpower in that part of the world, which is the Mideast and Eurasia, is Russia. And the ones that people want to be close to now and get support from is Russia. And you say, how can that be? All Russia has is natural gas and oil and
vodka.
Yeah, and they don't have a middle class of any consequence. But you know something? This guy knows how to make the most of it. He made a deal with China. No leader in Russia ever was able to make a deal with China. They make a great deal. This guy knows how to play the game. He may be the worst human being in many other ways
but he knows how to take his country and his people and put them first.
In an open election, he gets 85% of the vote because they're proud of him, because he has taken that country and made them feel that they're back where they were.
Now, you're not going to pretend that those are open and fair elections in Russia, are you?
It's not the point. The point is they never had open and fair elections, but they don't have to have open and fair elections because this guy is very popular. You can say there were no open and fair elections in Nazi Germany in 1936, but Hitler got 90%. And I'll tell you, 90% of the German people were behind Hitler.
Speaking of Germany, they're knowingly admitting now that they have let in thousands of refugees with fake passports, and Merkel's
hundreds of thousands.
And Angela Merkel's conservatives are now at the lowest level ever in an opinion poll. Why is the West allowing Islam to take over everywhere?
That's about the most naive question you've ever asked me.
Why are they doing it?
Because that's the socialist mentality that has taken over the Western countries who are on the way out as major factors in the world development for the future are saying part of it was started when they needed workers because they lost a lot of people during the war.
We knew that was a bunch of BS.
Well, for a while
they don't work.
Yeah, but they had the Turks in Germany. The German Wehrmacht lost about 5.5 million men. They needed people for the factories. That helped. But the point is, right now, the kind of people that are coming in are there to just take over the country.
And I'm asking, why are the Western leaders allowing this?
Because there are no Western leaders. What do I have to do to let you know that leadership in the West does not exist anymore?
So we're committing suicide right before everybody's eyes on purpose.
Well, a person that's doing that would not put it in those terms. He would say, I'm doing the great thing for the people. And the people, everybody should be equal. The dumbest person.
So we get down to open borders. Everybody should be able to go anywhere they want to go, whenever they want to go.
That's part of Hillary's platform, open borders.
And Obama.
Yeah. Yeah, but she made that part of her new platform, is that we will have open borders so that anybody wants to come into the United States.
For whatever reason.
For whatever reason,
just
exactly.
Come on in.
Come on in.
You might even want to support ISIS and pledge to kill everybody in the country. Come on in.
Doesn't make any difference. Oh, by the way, where do you think the money is coming from that's supporting ISIS?
Oh, Saudi Arabia and Qatar. We know that from the new email leaks, too.
All right. You're a step ahead of me on that one. You answered the question.
Hillary Rodham Clinton has taken money from Saudi Arabia and Qatar without any reserve.
And you know who Saudi Arabia now is cozying up to Russia. You know, for the first time, Vladimir Putin and the young kid, Salman King, who's going to be the real dictator in Saudi Arabia, he's only 31 years old, they are going to get those prices down. They have even said that the price of oil by the end of the year will be at $60 a barrel because those two countries are going to work together.
We need to take a brief time out. Our Homeland Security and Moment in History are straight ahead. If you want to watch the show or catch any of the segments, it's simple, it's free. Just go to YouTube and search Morris Beschloss. Remember to like us, recommend us, leave comments, and share with your family and friends. And we'd like to thank the country of Guam for watching. We'll be right back.